everyone, and welcome to Conversations at the PIOJ. Here we have a short discussion with leaders and influencers about their public speaking and leadership journeys. We have the privilege today of speaking with Mrs. Meghan Tapper, the first Jamaican ever to win an Olympic medal in the 100 meters hurdles, which she achieved just this August 2021. Off the track, Meghan is also a wife, a Toastmaster, a motivational speaker, and is quickly becoming a social media influencer. Today, we will learn more about Meghan Tapper. I am Laura Levy, and this is Conversations at the PIOJ. Thank you so much for joining us today, Meghan. I cannot tell you how excited we are to have you, not just as a member of the Toastmasters family, but because, of course, you are just on the international stage right now. I think it's fair to say that you've won many hearts and minds when you gave that very animated and endearing and articulate interview right after you won that Olympic medal. Can you just tell us a little bit, well, it also included that rap by Nicki Minaj, and I mean, she's one of the most famous people, influential musicians. Just tell us how that speech came about, and were you conscious of the possibility that that video, that interview could have just gone viral?
Well, how it came about is I'm a huge Nicki fan. That song specifically got me through a lot of hard times. I always felt like I was destined for greatness, but every time I was on the brink of doing something really good, something would happen. And that song kind of always reminded me that greatness is in me and that it can be attainable and it will be attainable. So I'd listen to that song and just visualize like all of the goals and the achievements that I want to make. And I can recall a couple weeks before I went to Tokyo, me and my husband was packing because we were going to LA before I went to Tokyo. And we were in the room and Moment for Life started to play the same song. And both of us were jamming and we just felt it so deeply that we got goosebumps. I think I even started to shed a tear. So that song has been with me. It has been on the journey and it will continue to be on the journey. As it relates to it becoming viral, I'm just really glad that Nicki showed her love. That's just crazy. Like, I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. But yeah, really grateful.
Wow, she just big you up and everything, man. It was really awesome. And I think all of us felt so proud even just seeing that, especially us Nicki fans. So, I mean, in that moment, how did you feel and how did you remain so composed giving that interview? You just covered so many topics, not just the rap, you were talking about the people who supported you. And just in that moment, just tell us, share with us how you really felt.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a Toastmaster. So I definitely utilized all the lessons learned and all the experiences gained from Toastmasters to end up giving that speech. I actually mentally prepared for it as well because I kind of felt like this was the time that, I was going to be able to give a speech like this. And so I didn't want to show up without being at least a little prepared. So I kind of went through it in my head, all the points that I wanted to touch on. And you could see that at the start, I was telling him, listen, this is going to be a long one.
Yes.
So yeah, I came semi-prepared.
Awesome. I mean, you mentioned before that you had so many ups and downs and, you still had that belief in yourself that you were going to do something great. You just felt it. But honestly, Meghan, when we look back at your history, you've been doing great things from 2010. I mean, it's just not now. You say you always felt like you were on a brink, but you've been doing it.
I mean, I have been, but in the eyes of the Jamaican family and the Jamaican public, we don't really think of anything less than a medal as something, to be honest. And so you have to get a medal to get the appreciation, the love. Some people, of course, are going to be in a corner like your diehard fans. And for those people, I'm extremely appreciative. But to be on this level that I now am, it took a medal to get there. And I mean, that's fair, you know?
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people are following track and field, it only when it comes to the
Yeah.
big events, the Diamond Leagues and the Olympics. So I suppose you're really new to some people, and I have to tell you, you really won a lot of hearts when everybody saw you make that achievement and then just represent yourself so well. But let's go back a little bit, you know, to the beginning for you. When and how would you say your journey began as a public figure, really?
Well, I did gymnastics first, and I can recall being in the newspaper multiple times for gymnastics. And because there were clippings of me in the paper when I was in grade 4, they were doing a Heroes Day presentation in my classroom. And my teacher, I don't know if it was a joke or if it was real, but she said, should I put up Meghan as one of those sporting greats? You know what I mean? And that experience was just so surreal for me that even at that young age, somebody could see, you know, my potential, you know. And so I think that was like the start, you could say, of Meghan becoming a public figure. From that, I've been in the newspaper for track and field from 2010 upwards and stuff like that. So that's where it began for me.
Wow, wow. From grade 4, your teacher saw the greatness. That's amazing. And how would you say your public speaking and leadership skills have evolved over time?
Oh, wow. I mean, being a Toastmaster is what really helped that. I actually did a speech not only in the Toastmasters realm, but on leadership. So I've learned a lot from so many people in Toastmasters, including my father. And I'm really, really grateful and honored to be a part of such a prestigious organization, you know, that can teach and that helps you grow in such a friendly and calm and responsive environment.
Yeah, it's that learning and growing and everyone helping everyone else kind of environment that we really foster. I'm glad you've been able to, you know, pull from that into your everyday life. Now, as a St. Andrew girl myself, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that, girl, you have been living the life more abundant. And the school family published congratulations to you in the newspapers, in social media. I know all our WhatsApp groups went off. If nobody didn't know you were an Andrews girl before, trust me.
They know now.
They know now. You know, and even your dad, way before the races even started, he said, you know, my daughter is running the Olympics. And he just says it like, oh, I nearly dropped. I was like, what? Your daughter is running the Olympics. He's so proud of you, you know? So does it make you feel more supported or more pressured that you're not only representing yourself, but also representing your family, your alma mater, your country, both on and off the track?
Sometimes the pressure comes, but because I know that you guys support me, win, lose, draw, my inner circle is very strong, and they don't view me as just an athlete, you know, they view me as a human being, and win, lose, or draw, they are supportive of me. And so the pressure doesn't get to me because I know that I have that kind of support to fall back on no matter what.
Awesome, awesome. And how do you keep up the belief in yourself, even when others might be telling you, yes, Meghan, you have this? Do you always feel 100% sound, or is there a motivational strategy that you use for yourself that you could share with others?
Okay, so every situation calls for a different
strategy.
A different strategy. So there's not one thing that works particularly, but for me, curating my space and ensuring that the people who support me, the people who are around me, the people who I rely on 24/7 have my back and have my best interests at heart and know the goal and know what it takes to achieve that goal. It's very important to me, because a lot of the times when I myself can't find the energy to do what needs to be done to achieve a particular goal, they will say, okay, this, do this or do that, or this is why this didn't happen, make sure that you do this and make sure and stuff like that. So curating your space and ensuring that the people around you know the goal, want the same results that you want is very important for me.
Wow. Okay. And just a little bit more to music and how music has really impacted on you, but kind of a little controversial question I'm going to throw in here. No, our girl Nikki got herself in trouble, a little trouble the other day, got some blowback because of speaking her truth on social media. And you're coming up as a social media influencer right now, and being a public figure and representing yourself, your family, your school, your country. What's your take on the whole speaking your truth via social media and the fear of cancel culture?
Well, at the end of the day, as with everything, it depends on you. It depends on who you are. It depends on the people that you have around you, because she might not even be feeling that blowback. You know what I mean? Because when you curate your space, it's like you're in a bubble. You don't hear certain things, you don't see certain things. And so if you think that it is something that you need to do it. If it's something that you can avoid and you don't feel that strongly about, avoid it, So it just depends on who you are, what you can handle, and yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. So I'm getting from you, Meghan, a few things. I'm getting inner circle and just curating your space, as you said, is vital. Having faith in yourself, strong belief, which, and thirdly, you came prepared because you believed in yourself. You came prepared for that interview right after you won the medal. So I think we're getting very good tips from you. Now, let us know, what do you see in store for Meghan Tapper in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, Laura, the goal for Meghan is just to keep getting better. I just want to keep improving, keep being a better athlete, finding ways to just make Meghan better in every single aspect of my life. And so that's what my goal is for now. The World Championships are next year in Eugene, Oregon. If you're planning to come and you haven't got your tickets, you can go online and get them now. It's going to be great. The US will have all their people there, and we just want Jamaica to be there for that extra support, But yeah, so we're just taking it one day at a time, because with everything that's happening in the world today, you don't take a second for granted, So I just taking it one day, one step, one breath at a time, and just getting better, focusing on me, Meghan, personally getting better.
Wonderful, wonderful, Meghan. And, even though some of us won't be able to be there in Oregon, that we'll be knocking our pot covers even before the race starts here in Jamaica. So know that we are with you. So just one last lick before we let you go. Do you have any tried and proven tips that you can share with persons who are looking to make their dreams come true, like you have and you continue to do, whether it's winning at the Olympics or getting the job they always wanted, starting a business, whatever it is? Do you have any tips that you can share with persons?
Well, the theme throughout this whole conversation was curate your space. So that's first and foremost. Ensure that you curate your space. Be mindful of who you let in your space and who you ask for opinions, who you ask for guidance, who you ask for advice. So that would be the first thing. The second thing would just a little hope goes a long way. So a lot of the times you can't see the finish line. A lot of the times you can't see the end result you would particularly want for that specific situation, but just still have that little hope and work. Have that hope, work towards it, pray for divine intervention, because that's important, and never ever give up, because you never really know what can happen. You never know what's possible, because anything is really possible with God.
True. So true.
Curate your space, have a little hope, and never give up.
Wonderful. Meghan, I think you are quite an inspiration, even in your yearbook for St. Andrew. You predicted it, they predicted it. We saw this coming, and we know that there are only even greater things in the future, both on and off the track for you. So thank you so much for being with us today. Our guest is Olympic bronze medalist and Toastmaster, Meghan Tapper. Thank you all for joining us. This is Conversations at the PIOJ, and until next time, walk good.